In this lesson, we will study about the components of functions. In all programming languages, there are three kinds of components. I have defined them in 5 so that it would be easier for us to understand them. Firstly, function name. We pass parameters in front of function name in round brackets, and after the colon is the definition of the function, which we call function body. Then is the statement of code of the program, and after that, function call at the point at which computation of a function is required. Here I have attached a screenshot in which a function is made named show. In it, a simple print statement is working, and at the call of the function, it will show as its output. If we do its runtime example, so we are using a keyword of def to define the function in Python. Function, semicolon, as soon as I added the colon in it and pressed enter as soon as I entered the colon after writing it, it gave me some indentation at the start. It means that the scope definition that we have in Python is not in square bracket or curly bracket or in these type of brackets, but for it, indentation is required. If I will remove its indentation, it means that I have gone out of the body of that function. Now I am not in the body of that function. Means that the function, work, perform whatever computation it has to perform in this function, it would have to give a little indentation or one tab indentation. I will call the function. When I will run this, what output it has showed me? Hello, I am inside the function because firstly, as soon as the program will run it, will neglect this whole block. When it will receive the function call, it will automatically switch control to function's definition. Anything will be printed in its definition, so it will after performing its computation. At which point the function call is coming from that point, it will return back the control to the next line. So when we did function call, the first time it returned, it printed hello, I am inside the function. When control came outside the function, it printed I am outside the function. Here now, the thing to be noted is that at the time of parameters, which are passed at the time of function definition, I left my round brackets empty. And so at the time of call, it is must to leave them empty. If I pass b here as a parameter, it will generate an error that missing one required positional argument. Position argument that you have passed during definition, you have missed its value. If I pass a here also, so what will it generate now? Name a is not defined. There is no value going in a, so that's why it is generating an error here. If the same program be little more, now here I have to perform the sum of two numbers. I want to perform mathematical operations on two numbers, so here it will return the sum of these two numbers. I have named the function show. I have to pass its two arguments. First argument a, second argument b. So when I will run it at the time of running it, this function call will go to show. It will shift the control to the next line after printing the result of these two. It printed the sum of those two, and my control shifted back to the very next line of the function call. Here we have to take care of one thing, that we have to pass the same number of arguments as the number of parameters we had passed. If I had passed 2 before, so here I passed one argument, so it has generated an error. Till here was how a function is defined to us, how that function call is done, how arguments and parameters are passed in that function.